All right. So we finally made it to the end of this bubble series. And it's been a long time coming, but I hope you enjoyed the series. But one of the last things I wanted to show off is a feature called Conditionals. Now, with Conditionals, this will really expand the type of logic you will be able to create within your application. So all a conditional is some logic that says if this piece of logic evaluates to true, then do said action, or yeah, and then do said action. So if you're a programmer, if you come from a programming background, then this is just an if statement. But for non-programmers, I'm going to show you what this means. So as you develop your app, as your app becomes more complex and you need more ways to add functionality, knowing how to use conditionals will really expand your reach and what you're able to build. So in a previous video, we showed you how to send emails from your Bubble app by creating this button. But we also, while this is good to contact an agent, we don't necessarily want to contact. We don't necessarily need to show this button rather if the current logged in user is the agent of this current property. And this is a common use case. So let's go ahead and go to the home detail page. And just to make this point more clear, let's add a new button. On the side of contact agent, let's say edit property. So if you're a user, you created properties. I don't want to have to keep going back to my dashboard just to get to the edit property button, be able to edit my property. So let's create a shortcut. If I'm already viewing my property, let's be able to navigate to the page from there. So let's go ahead and add some new functionality, add a new workflow rather. So when that button is clicked, when the edit property button is clicked, let's navigate to the detail page, to the home detail page, or rather the edit home page. And we want to send the current page's home data, the data for that detail page, from that detail page. Let's go ahead and exit and preview. So now we see both. For the listings, show you how that looks. So now we see both buttons. Now I'm gonna go over here and go to the data tab, go to users, and I'm gonna log in as this user 2 instead of being an admin user. Back to change that. So we're back on the listings page. I'm logged in as user 2, and currently as user 2, this Greenway Drive property on Bellmead is the only property I created for this particular user. Now, as the user who owns this, I shouldn't need to see contact agent because I am the agent. So let's go ahead and hide that button. Go back to the home detail page. And to hide it, we just want to create a conditional. Now, conditionals is just set of the appearance tab up top here, conditional. This button already has a conditional. When this button is hovered, we want to change the style of the button. So when you hover buttons, it slightly changes the color. You can see it darken, add a little shadow on the background. But let's define another condition. Let's drag this over here. Let's see. When the current user is the home that we're looking at creator, when this is true, we need to set some type of condition. So select the property change when true. When this is true, we want this element is visible. Now you notice this checkbox. This checkbox, you check this box if you want to display this element on page load. But since we don't want to show this element when this condition is true, we're going to go ahead and leave this unchecked. So let's go ahead and refresh this page. And you see that button was hidden. And as the current owner of this property, I should just be able to go to the edit property page. And you can see I can go to the edit property page. So let's go back. And vice versa, if I'm not the current user, then I don't want to show the edit property button. Obviously, if I shouldn't have permission to edit a property that I don't own. So let's set a condition here. Let's set a conditional that says when the current user is not that particular home's creator, then we want to use this element is visible property, but we want to leave it unchecked. So let's go ahead and leave that unchecked. So if I'm not the logged in user that owns that home, then I should not see that edit property button. Let's go ahead and click preview. Or let's go ahead and refresh. So I'm logged in as user 2. So this is the only property that I own as user 2. So let's go ahead and click a different property. It's Redwood Court property. As you can see, I don't own this property, so I don't see that edit property button. All I can do is just contact the agent if I'm inquiring about this home. And that's it. That's all there is to conditionals. Having that added bit of logic that you're able to implement into your Bubble app is very important, and it's a must-have feature. If you're a programmer already, you understand the power of if statements. You use it all over the applications. But if you're not a programmer, nonetheless, just trust me, as your application becomes a lot bigger and more grand, that can save you a lot of headache just having that feature. But also you can, instead of conditionals, you can also define this as a workflow as well. There's a way to do it with workflow as well. But that wasn't the point of this video. So this was the last video of this Bubble tutorial series. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot. And you should be able to build a ton of different apps and prototypes as you please. Now, if you have more questions about this video or any other video, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And if you want to talk further about Bubble or anything tech related, consider joining the Tech Autonomous community. The Technically Autonomous community is tech for entrepreneurs, and it's on Facebook.com. So I'll leave a link to our group in the comment section, and you can go ahead and join there. So nonetheless, if you love this type of content, support the channel, click that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more videos.